All right, welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer, Brandman Brandon down here, Brandon Grizzly over there, and we are going to talk about the newest episode of Loki, episode 3. I forgot what it's called, but this is where we
something like that.
Is what it's called? But yeah, this is the episode we all been kind of waiting for. I'm glad that it came in episode 3 and not in episode like 8. Yeah, we get Victor time when we get Jonathan Majors. I guess halfway through, holy shit, but it doesn't feel like it. They're longer episodes. I'm digging it so far. So Brandon, what were some of your good things, some of the things you might have not liked, and that's how you feeling about the show so far?
Well, the first thing right out of the woodwork, the performance of Jonathan Majors.
Dude, yeah.
I'm just loving that we're seeing all these versions of Kang. Seeing Victor Timely in its entirety was something that I've been waiting for a while. I think ever since Quantumania came out and the final post-credits stinger, I really wanted to see them expand on this.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't disappointed. It's interesting. Like, this show is kind of doing more for me in terms of world building, or kind of like building for the multiverse saga than any of the recent movies. I feel a lot more invested in this show.
Yeah.
I really liked what they did with Miss Minutes. I didn't expect that.
Yeah,
that was an interesting route to take.
I did think that she was going to say, "I'm in love with you." I saw that coming.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I didn't, or maybe I subconsciously did, and maybe my mind was trying to fool itself into thinking otherwise, or that it wouldn't. But yeah, every episode of this new season, they just haven't missed for me so far. I like that they we finally saw more of what's her face? Not Sylvie, not Miss Minutes.
Renslayer.
Yeah, Renslayer.
Ramona.
Mm-hmm.
Ravona? Or Ramona? I don't know.
Ravona.
Yeah, Ravona.
Yeah. Or real names like really difficult to pronounce. So, but yeah, that's what I really liked about the show. The performance of Jonathan Majors was awesome, as expected. That was easily my favorite thing about it. And just kind of they delivered from what we saw at the end of Quantumania. Mm-hmm. I was really happy with this episode. I just love the old schooly vibe, and it took place in Chicago.
Yeah, even though it talked shit about it at the end, he's like, "Oh, yeah. I'm in Wisconsin because the taxes are too high." I was like, "Fuck you, you're right."
It's like, you're not wrong.
Yeah, even 200 years ago.
But yeah, those were my things. I really liked this episode.
Okay. What about you, Brian?
So I love the back and forth with Mobius and Loki. I really do. I understand exactly what's going on. I love everything. Renslayer was awesome. Ravonna was cool, and then her you can see her feelings for He Who Remains, right? You can see what's going on, and then Victor Timely, all of a sudden, she just changed, just turned, right? And Miss Minutes was like, "Oh yeah, you can't trust her." That was weird, and we got that right in the middle, and then he tried to play it off because she was determined, hell have no fear, like a woman scoring, and she was on that boat, like, let's go, I'm catching it up, and she made it like 15 minutes after they got there. I don't know how that's possible, but whatever. It's a short, boat ride.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah,
Wisconsin.
She's really good at CrossFit. She fucking just rode across the Lake Michigan.
So that was interesting, but yeah, I saw Miss Minutes coming because the way she talked about him and everything. I knew she was in love with him. Felt very Tinkerbell-ish the entire time. I thought it was really interesting that Ravonna planted the seed, giving him the TVA book, and then came back 25 years later and saw, the fruits of her labor. But what can you say about Jonathan Majors besides that he is an amazing actor? Everything he does just seems so real, so just natural. Oh, he's amazing. And that's why Marvel said, like, it don't matter. We gonna keep this dude. He's innocent too. Oh yeah, we gotta keep it going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what they saw with him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, this is a great episode. I really enjoyed it.
Okay. Yeah, so for me, the same thing, man. Jonathan Majors, right off the bat, he has this like salesman pitch, that he's doing on stage. And that whole scene of him on stage, I was like just glued to the TV. Just glued to the TV. I was like, damn, like he is so good. And he's pulling off this character with this like stutter. And the way the stutter is, it's kind of like, and then bam, and like right at the end, like that last like word of the sentence or last couple words. And I don't know if that's like, it was like, I don't know if they knew, like it was very, not want to say not triggering, but it kept you like watching it, because just it wasn't a traditional kind of like tone and the way the sentence was. It was like he's like that on a weird or whatever, but he has that speech impediment. So but the way he did it was just like very salesman-y, and it was like very well done. And it's just like, shit, I want to buy one. How much? 2,000. Fuck that.
Like,
yeah.
He was just very purposely theatrical. I loved it.
Yeah, and yeah, so yeah, he crushed it. I just love that. But then even it still kind of give you hints of He Who Remains with the whole like partners and shit. I thought that was a really cool spin on it, and kind of remind you of who he really is. Yeah, so yeah, Jonathan Majors. I mean, he was in the show the entire time, and I think this is definitely the best episode of the season so far. Like you said, this is only episode 3 of 6, but it's halfway through, and it was great. The Miss Minutes things was cool. It was fun. The tease at the end. That's how you get people hyped up for the next episode. That's how you get people hyped up, because I'm like, ooh, what is it? It's like, it's like where they're at. I don't want to do any spoilers, but where they're at, and Miss Minutes is telling her like, I got this secret. And you're just like, oh shit, what is it? And then boom,
what the secret is. We all know the secret is.
I don't know. I kind of think I know what it is, but then I don't think it's gonna be what I think. I think they're gonna really keep us on our toes with.
Oh no, I think they're married.
And that's what I'm thinking too. Yeah.
And that's why Miss Minutes wanted to profess her love to everything. Like, oh, I love you so much, and she's gonna find out that he brainwashed her and made her forget.
Yeah, something like that.
So that love that she feels, like that was a natural progression. I think that's what we're gonna get with that.
Yeah. So I'm digging this whole season so far.
Like
especially like you said, it being in Chicago right off the bat. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But one thing I do love is at the end, at the bottom, they give you the location, the time, and if it's on the sacred timeline or on a branch. Like, that's really cool, because then to expect things in the normal way, or if they're or if it's like things are going to be different. And what they did here was like, she originally showed up on the sacred timeline, but then it became a branch timeline. So I'm like, that's super. Like, I thought, for me, that's like a little detail that was super interesting, where she showed up and it was the main timeline. She was at 19 or 1830 something, I think, whatever it was, or 60 something. And then when they show up to 1893, then it changes it to a branch timeline. So I was like, huh. So like, because of what she did.
Yeah, exactly. They changed it.
But I was like, it's just that easy to make a branch timeline. It's like, damn. But it is really cool. Like, and the whole thing, it's like, this is his plan. This is He Who Remains' plan before he died. So it's like, this dude is that smart and that far ahead. He's playing chess. He's playing like 4D chess, and everyone else is just like, playing checkers. He's
several steps ahead of the curve.
Yeah. So,
but it was interesting because it seemed he said something pretty profound. It's like, me and the writer of this book have been playing like we're playing chess
Nope, sorry, I didn't.
We're having these conversations, and I thought that was something that that's going to be something that we're going to have to revisit. And now him going into the TVA with him being there, what's going to happen?
I think there's going to be like there might be a fail safe or something. Like his ultimate plan was like, bring one of me in back, and then like, I don't know, something will get uploaded, where, he kind of remembers who he is or something. I don't know. It's just crazy that that's why he's so far ahead, and he's thinking so far ahead. I'm like, he already knows Miss Minutes is going to tell the secret, and he already knows this and that. That's why I was like, damn, like I'm so glued to it, especially with Jonathan Majors, like what he did with this character, with the whole what he did with Sylvie. He goes, that wasn't me. That's not me. I was like, should have killed him. Like, if that's what you want, you should have done it.
We're all going to find out that Sylvie was right the entire time.
Yeah. Yep.
But no, I mean more that the whole connection. I think it's something to do with him and Ouroboros. Ouroboros, I believe, he and Victor Timely did all of this, and he knew all you have to do is get me back to Ouroboros, and I will become he who remains. That's all I need. Because he said specifically, we're having this conversation. It seems like it's more of a conversation between, and it was like a throwaway line, but I think it meant so much more in this entire thing. I think that's going to be huge. And though we're thinking Ouroboros is this was whatever character, it's going to end up being a huge thing, and he's going to end up being part of the real partner. Victor Timely.
Yeah. Whenever a character has this like really like sick feeling whenever something's brought up, it's because something happened, with that before, so like he hates partners. Okay, well, what happened with a partner where you hate partners? And is it going to be Renslayer, or is it going to be OB or something like that? So it's I'm really curious to see what's going on, or even Miss Minutes, because Miss Minutes is like, why you never give me a body? It's like, what if Miss Minutes was a Renslayer that he's like, I still want you around, but not really. That kind of thing. I want you there, but I don't want you there. Kind of.
I mean, it's interesting. She said, "You don't have any drawings of me."
Yeah.
And the whole episode is about him. He who invents. That's what the whole episode's about. That's what's the name of the episode. And he didn't invent her yet. He still hasn't thought about her yet.
Yeah.
Makes you think. Did he turn someone into her?
Yeah. Like he's afraid to lose things, or I don't know. That's why, man, I think the show can really do some cool stuff, and it sucks. I mean, a lot of people are talking about it. I think it did well the first episode. Numbers wise, at least, I think it was like the number 2 most watched premiere on Disney Plus. So but it just sucks because I think a lot of people kind of are over MCU right now, especially on Disney Plus. So it is what it is. So we're gonna get into the comics in a few minutes, but I know Brandon is gonna have to take off pretty soon. So any last words, Brandon?
No, just awesome episode. This season was really they've just started out, just guns a-blazing, like right out of the barn, which is awesome. It's always kind of iffy when, and maybe I'm getting too far ahead of myself because we're only 3 episodes into the season, but so far they haven't disappointed. This is still my favorite MCU show, and I didn't expect that. I expected to like some of the other stuff a lot more, but yeah, this is awesome. Just how trippy it is. They're really making all the right moves. Jonathan Majors as another Kang variant is just great to watch. Like this was his episode. Like he was running the show on this episode, which I love. And just the character interactions and stuff. Everything's just very much on point for me.
Yeah. What about you? Anything else? Any last words, Brian? before we get
No,
to the
I
comments?
mean, this has just been so good. I've enjoyed everything. All the little hints that I've been seeing, I feel like are so important. I think they're going to wrap this up the right way, and they're going to show like, oh yeah, all this was intertwined. This is why we meant this. This is why we did this. And you know, they already did it in season 1. I think they're going to do it again season 2.
Yeah. Hope so. So we're gonna end this spot for the replay gang. So if you're watching on replay, appreciate you guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Check us out hopefully on Wednesday if we're not too busy, or not Wednesday, on Sunday. With Chaos Central. Yeah, I was having a brain fart. Chaos Central, and then we'll probably go like an hour-long conversation and really get in depth with a lot of the stuff. Because were some things that we kind of missed. But if you watch the episode, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you thought about it. If you're in the live chat, stick around because we're gonna talk some more Loki with you guys.